There are signs of it everywhere if you look closely. A streaming video service that many older internet users have probably never heard of sells for $1 billion. Facebook buys WhatsApp for a mind-boggling $19 billion. And a YouTube video creator with a ridiculous name makes an estimated $7.5 million per year and has close to 40 million subscribers. Guys, in a nutshell, the media world as we know it, or used to know it, is in a state of flux and unlike anything we've ever seen before. And that includes the invention of television itself. Many mainstream media companies, meanwhile, are still trying to come to grips with the concept of cord cutting, which is little like worrying about a flat tire on your bicycle when you're stuck in the middle of a 12-lane highway. The media economy used to be all about monetizing a handful of content channels, which were controlled by a handful of major media platforms like TV networks and newspapers. But now, that economy has shifted from being supply-based to being demand-based, and attention is the main currency. Internet users spend that currency in many different ways, and digital-only platforms like NRotation, Facebook, and YouTube are the best ones equipped to monetize it. Now, I want you guys to think about something. I'm not sure if you've heard of this guy, but he is a big deal in the media spectrum. David Pakman, former CEO of eMusic, now a partner with venture capital firm Venrock, did a good job of sketching out the shifting media landscape in a recent piece he published on Medium, in which he took a look at where internet and mobile users, and particularly millennials, are spending their attention. The micro shifts that Pakman is talking about have been described before by people like Keener Perkins, analyst Mary Merker, in her annual Internet Trends presentation, and in reports like the ones that Pew Center releases from time to time about the state of the media industry. Millennial users are spending a growing amount of their time on mobile devices and vanishingly small amounts of their attention on traditional media sources like TV and newspapers. So, where is all of the millennial attention going? A huge portion of it, if you look, being devoted to apps, with gaming and a variety of social networks taking up the majority of that time. Now, Facebook dominates this new media landscape, not just because it has 1 billion users who spend an average of 40 minutes a day on the platform, but because it also owns Instagram and WhatsApp. The top 4 most popular iOS apps belong to Facebook. Facebook's dominance and the control this gives the platform over traditional media companies is a big part of the attention shift of the past decade. But there is much more going on than just that. Tens of millions of people spend hours watching streaming esports through Twitch services, which Amazon bought for $1 billion last year, or through YouTube, and millions more watch videos by YouTube creators like PewDiePie, a Swedish man who got 4 billion views last year. Even that just scratches the surface of what's been happening with digital content, thanks to platforms like the platform that we're building, NRotation, which is just like YouTube, Twitch, Snapchat, and Instagram, or better. There are streaming video creators who routinely draw more viewers than the NBA Finals or the World Series. But these are new forms of entertainment, and they tend to get surprisingly little attention from the mainstream media. Pakman quotes, "The audience sizes being drawn to these new platforms are massively dwarfing audience sizes of traditional media properties. You wouldn't know that from reading the media sections of the New York Times and the Wall Street Journal, who still produce thousands of stories discussing the rise and fall of cable TV programs, yet they comfortably ignore the YouTube celebrities, Viners, and Twitch broadcasters, which have much larger audiences." Now, as Pakman points out, it's also somewhat surprising that none of the traditional media companies have invested in, built, or acquired any of the hundreds of global properties which have hovered our attention away from their legacy properties. Why didn't a TV network or mainstream media entity acquire Twitch? which pulls in 1 million simultaneous viewers on an average day? Why wouldn't someone have bought or invested in Vine or Periscope or Snapchat? For that matter, why didn't a media company buy Minecraft? The underlying principle is simple. Where the attention goes, the money will inevitably follow. And right now, that attention of a large chunk of our population is being diverted away from traditional content, and information channels and platforms like Facebook and Google are busy vacuuming it up. Many existing media content companies face a future in which they are just suppliers of these platforms, or even worse, find themselves cut out of the attention economy altogether. Welcome to NRotation.